Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can follow me online by going to Rumble and typing in rumble.com/Mark Parham, and I should pop up. And then also you can follow me on X by going to x.com/Mark Parham. And wait, my bad, hold up. X.com/Mark Parham _. That's to follow me on X. Now it was formerly known as Twitter back in the days, but now it's X. But you can follow me there. So I want to talk about AOC. So I saw something online where they said AOC might run for president of the United States one day or something like that. And my whole thing is, if you thought Kamala Harris was a horrible pick for the Democrats to run for president, could you imagine someone like AOC? AOC is so far left. She tries to come on there talking about, oh, the rich, and we have to, tax the rich and doing all this other stuff. But, let's be honest. AOC is not poor. She's not struggling anymore. And she loves all of these new benefits and opportunities she's getting. And so it amazes me how some of these folks come on here and, oh my God, we need to do something about the rich. And then, come to find out some of these folks are becoming more rich themselves. Some of these folks are making a lot of money and they're not struggling anymore. And, it's one of these things where, I don't know, maybe it's just, it's weird to me, especially seeing that, a lot of people that are, in AOC's district in New York City, a lot of the people from the neighborhoods and stuff that she represents are struggling, and they're not seeing any improvements. I think it was Fox News. They went in one of the areas AOC was speaking at, and people are saying, well, you know what, I haven't seen any improvements in my life. And so I think sometimes these people speak out of both sides of their mouth. They come on TV and they act like, oh, we're for, helping the American people and all this other stuff. And then when you go to their communities that they grew up in, people are saying, nothing's happening. And I think AOC, she's one of those folks. I mean, what has AOC accomplished? What major thing has AOC accomplished besides, getting on TV and she's making herself more famous and more popular, but what has AOC done to help the American people? That's my whole thing. Because some of these people, they do all this talk on television and they go on these podcasts, and you're seeing no results. And I think that the Democrats, they love elevating certain people. It's almost like how they're elevating, what's her name? I think her name is Jasmine Crockett or whatever her name is. She's the black lady that gets in all these arguments with folks. She gets in arguments with Nancy Mace and gets in arguments with a lot of the Republicans and accuses them of racism and all this other stuff. And same thing. What has she done for, people in her district, people in her state, people in her city, wherever she represents? What has she done? And so got to watch out for these folks. And I think that they, a lot of these television programs, they invite these people on because I guess the Democrats look at them as, oh, well, they can be the sort of the folks to, combat, or be sort of like, quote unquote, the attack dog against Republicans. And a lot of the times it's not working. I mean, you have a lot of people online that they're seeing through these folks. They're seeing through, some of these people they push out there and try to elevate on these podcasts and stuff like that. Because the proof isn't in the pudding. And, instead of worrying about Donald Trump every 15 seconds, these folks need to be worrying about ordinary American people. I mean, if you look at everything they speak about, it's Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, Donald Trump should be doing this, Donald Trump should be doing that. And it's just like, instead of focusing on what he's doing every 5 seconds, focus on the people that you represent, people in your home state or your home city. And the Democrats still haven't learned. I think it's going to take a few more elections for them where they're, on the losing end, for them to wake up and realize that they've lost touch with the American people. I mean, look at how Donald Trump in the election won, all of the swing states, basically. And he won some areas where people are saying, oh, well, it's going to be close this time. Donald Trump, I mean, if you look at the election results, he got the popular vote. So, he made history with, winning how he won. And I think that he won by such large margins that the Democrats wanted to sort of do some hanky panky behind the scenes, but they couldn't this time. I mean, if you remember with Pennsylvania, the Democrats, they were counting votes and people were bringing, votes in and all this other stuff. And, they probably behind the scenes wanted to, do something sort of evil and wrong, but they couldn't. I mean, this time it's like the American people said, you know what, we're going to vote so heavily that you're not going to be able to steal this election. And I think that's what happened. And so Democrats really need to get back on their game, or what, as a Republican, maybe they don't get back on their game, but they don't realize that, having this, is they call it Trump derangement syndrome, is not going to help regular Americans. I mean, it's almost like they're obsessed. They can't go 2 seconds or they can't do an interview without talking about Trump 24/7. And even if you look at some of the weirdos on TV that are angry that he wants to, deport illegal immigrants, like, why would you be against making America safe? It doesn't make any sense. I've just never seen, and again, I'm a Republican. Hey, let the Democrats make all the mistakes they can make. But I've never seen the Democrats so, just, I don't know. They're lacking common sense. I mean, it wasn't even this bad in 2008. It wasn't this bad in 2012 for the Democrats. And right now, they're just all over the place. I mean, you have Democrats who are scared to say, man is a man and a woman is a woman. And it's almost like a clown show. It's a weird universe. I don't know what's going on with the Democrats. Again, as a Republican, let them keep making mistakes. But they're like really out of touch. I mean, you hear people like AOC and you hear people like Jasmine Crockett, or whatever her name is. Her position on certain issues isn't going to help, when you votes in certain places, especially if you're trying to, run for president, or you're trying to improve, how people think about the Democrat Party right now. I mean, this stuff where, a man can choose what he wants to be, and a woman can choose who she wants to be. You can choose genders and all this other stuff. I mean, let's say Farmer Joe somewhere in Ohio or one of these states, he's sitting up and saying, like, this is weird. Like, this doesn't even make sense. And so, again, I don't know why the Democrats keep on putting folks like AOC out there, people like Jasmine Crockett or whatever her name is. Again, I might be pronouncing it the wrong way. I don't know why they think this is a winning strategy, because I'm seeing those are the two main people that are all on the televisions and they're all on the podcast and getting all these interviews. And it's not going to help the Democrat Party. Like, the best thing that the Democrats could do is put somebody in there who's moderate to go on these talk shows, these TV shows, whatever you call them, these podcasts, somebody that's going to be in the center, that's going to care about both sides, Republican and Democrat. But putting these far left folks out here who are like, Donald Trump is the worst thing that happened to America, and fascism, and we are saving democracy, because you notice they always love to use that. Well, you know what? We're standing up for democracy, or we're saving democracy. They always use the democracy thing. Well, if they cared so much about democracy, then why are they allowing, or why aren't they speaking out against illegal immigrants coming into the country, taking, benefits from American people? Like, why aren't they concerned about illegal immigration? Like, if they were so for America, they would say, wait a minute, we can't have random people cross our border that we don't know about. That's a national security issue. You don't hear a peep from them. So, again, in the comment section, let me know how you feel. And I think, again, if the rumors are true, if AOC is going to try to run for president in 2028 or whenever she decides to run on the Democrat side, she's going to lose, almost probably every state in America, maybe except one. I think that she's the hype is, a lot of Democrats hype her up like she's this political rock star. But I mean, again, she's not the smartest person out there, to be honest with you. And I think the Democrats can do much better. And I say this as a Republican, but I don't know what'll wake the Democrats up. And you know what? To be honest, I don't care. Let them keep losing elections, and I hope if more Democrats keep making mistakes, so Republicans can get in power. Why get in the way? So again, let me know how you feel about this topic, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And like I said, you can follow me on X. Just type in Mark Parham _, and I should pop up there. And then also on Rumble, rumble.com/Mark Parham, and I should pop up. Thank you.